Hello everyone, Dan 14th Prime here. I want to do a collection room tour, just a little share out here, status check-in of just what's in place and where I'm at here with the Superhero Lounge. Obviously a lot's always in process with something like this, but I thought it'd be a good time to check in because I'm going to make some more changes. So I'm going to start to gut a lot of what's here and sort of rework some stuff. What you're looking at here in front of you I think is pretty good. It's set. I'm not going to really change this sort of couch. Looking into a little entertainment area setup. I've got the four Maji Case 698s, I believe. They each hold a 1/3 scale statue, with very neat, tidy dimensions. But anyway, just going to kind of take you through this visual tour. You can check out the pieces. One of the things I'm going to be doing here is you'll see some pieces. I'm kind of just going to get out of basically everything that's not, big, basically. So call it 1/3 and below. Though of course for Transformers it's 1/10 and below, but anything that's not pushing 30 inches basically, and just make room for less is more, fewer, bigger, more impactful type stuff that is on the way. And just so you guys know, one of the things I'm trying to do is just start up a little collectible store, a little collectible side hustle. We'll see if it's got legs or not, but at the moment you can check me out online, superherolounge.com, link down in description below. At the moment, lots of used stuff out there, things I'm pulling from my collection. So good used displayed pieces, all of them generally in excellent condition unless something's noted in the listing. Got a handful of new unused things that I have not unboxed, and I'm looking to just add stuff as I go. Of course, looking for a distribution wholesaler arrangement, which more or less is going to make or break whether or not that thing actually has legs. So please jump out down the link below, give that website a look, check it out, and again, I'll be adding more items in the coming weeks. Statues, of course, but there'll be some action figures out there as well, and also looking to put some books out there because I'm a big reader of collected editions. But just trying to take these passions of mine into another interesting direction. Now this whole arrangement here is just a mess. Just practically speaking, I just needed to get some shelves in place to hold some statues because Maji Case just has such crazy long lead times. I'm still waiting on 3 cases now, going on 14-15 months probably. But I needed to just get something to physically hold some pieces. So this is temporary, none of this is even lit. I think eventually I will just custom out Maji Case, this whole long wall I'll show you later, but we're just not ready for that yet. Now all these Spider-Man pieces here, quarter scale, sideshow pieces, nice pieces. I'm a big Spider-Man fan, but again, they're gonna go. They just get lost amongst all of the larger stuff. So you will find those out on the site, or they'll be going up if they're not there already. superherolounge.com. I've also got a new sealed XM Studios Vulture piece as well out there. Big, awesome quarter scale piece. Moving up to the top shelf of that rack, I've got a couple Prime 1 Studio Batman pieces here, 1/3 scale. Be holding on to these, of course. Again, ideally along this wall, it'll be Maji Case. These things will get proper case and proper lighting, most importantly. But we're in a holding phase. There's that bust piece. There's the two together. That Azrael piece is a beast, big boy. Had him in the collection a long, long time. Basically since it released. Still dig it. Still one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, basically with the arrival of that Fayback piece and a couple other pieces, I basically have had to put these racks here just to have somewhere to display. And this is what I mean here. This is basically nothing. That Vader had always been in a 698 case. He was where the metal Superman was, like forever. Well taken care of. Awesome piece. I dig it. My only Hot Toys that I have, but again, quarter scale. Just going to let all that go. Here you can see I haven't even packed up all of the Superman parts yet, so just showing my little mess here. Here, there's the Elvis piece. Again, cool piece. Dig it. A lot of good stuff about this piece. Not perfect, though. But quarter scale and unique. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one just yet either. You might end up having to go to. I'm just going to show you a pan of this wall here. Again, ideally, Maji Case is on the right hand wall, Maji Case under the window, Maji Case in the center, taking out those top white cabinets, Maji Case to the left under the window is ideally what that wall will just end up looking like. 2 Max 150s here. I got a third on the way. Again, it's been like 15 months. The Wonder Woman here arrived not too long ago. I dig the piece. Definitely glad I picked it up. Solid Wonder Woman, simple. Was hoping the footprint would be a little skinnier. I wanted to fit it in one of those 698 pieces, but the way the smoke goes back and the shield lunging forward, she's actually pretty deep. XM Wolverine, XM Darkseid. Again, the Darkseid will go, unfortunately. I love it. I think it's the best Darkseid, but fits with really nothing else. I do want to keep my 2 Wolverine statues. So the Weapon X, I got the brown suit. I'm going to find a place to squeeze those guys in somewhere. Wolverine and Spider-Man. Those were my 2 guys when I was growing up as a kid. So can't keep everything, but happy I'll be keeping those 2 Wolverine statues. Again, it's Weapon X and then the brown suit in the collection. Next to the Wolverine there, you can see the Ryu, Street Fighter V, quarter scale. So they say, but huge Prime 1's quarter scale. This thing's like 1/3. I mean, the only thing not 1/3 is probably the height, but the bulk of the guy, the size of his head, everything is 1/3. This is the ultimate version, so I've got the bust as well. I'll show you a bit later. Phenomenal piece, and I'll be putting him up there on the site as well. XM Studios Soundwave, really nice piece. One of the better few that they've done. The pose works, it displays well. Got all the little minions, so really dig this guy. Excited to see the XMs continuing with the line. I guess, more to come. Obviously Galvatron just went up, they've teased RC, but then they've said even more will come. So we'll see. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do overall with these XM Transformer pieces. It's going to depend on what the rest of the line looks like, because they're going to start to be buttoned up head to head against sort of my Prime 1 Studios pieces for space. Speaking of space, the big boy down here, bottom shelf, Grimlock. I love this setup with him with the sword and the shotgun, but the dimensions are a nightmare. He's probably a good 30 something inches kind of deep with the sword out, and that's a 48 inch wide rack. He's basically covering the whole dang thing with Bumblebee just under his shoulder basically. So massive piece, heavy as hell too. Epic, awesome. But definitely, as long as I'm keeping a broader Transformers line up here, he'll be a part of it. The Bumblebee is really good here too. I think it gets looked over because it's a smaller piece in the line and sort of pricey for what you get, but you have not much space. It's really nice. The Nemesis Prime here, I think one of the better pieces in the line. Again, it gets overlooked probably because of character obscurity, I guess, or not being one of your mainline Transformers, but in terms of the statue, I think it's one of the best ones. Dueling Args here, 2 evil characters dressed all in black, each with the typical kind of evil hand pose. I like this piece, this sideshow piece, underrated, I think great value for money, but again, I'm getting out of quarter scale stuff. So he will be on the Superhero Lounge soon. And just a quick pan of this top shelf here, being blasted with light, sorry, but just trying to show you some of the alt modes in the Ryu bust that's up there. So I got my Optimus Prime metal print, always picks up glare, but that's on the wall over there. Then here's kind of the home office, work from home space, that developed over the COVID time. Terrible rack there that needs to go. You see this on Instagram a lot. Again, same handle, Dan 14 Prime, but this setup here, not perfectly balanced cases because the basement I've got low ceilings, so I'll talk about that. But the cases that those were supposed to go on top of are behind here, and you'll see in a second. My Spider-Man prints. Again, would like to get Galvatron to pair up with that Rodimus probably. We'll see. Those are huge, like 52 inch tall, 37 inch wide Magic case. Custom for that Superman in that rack there. It's kind of awful. That will go eventually. Again, it's just basically to store pieces on for now. Joker print there, a couple prints here. Wolverine and Spidey. It's really the only place I have to put them, not the best spot, but pretty happy with that look there. Again, these 2 leaders, I think I would always keep Megatron and Optimus. It's a good leader setup. Again, that's why I like the Rodimus and probably Galvatron as a leader setup. If I ever had to pare down my XMs to just bare bones, it would probably be those 2 or 4, again, depending on if I do go for Galvatron, but just kind of pare it down to the leaders if I had to. Fits into this kind of like Max 140 Plus, but it's kind of custom because they didn't even make Max 140 Plus when I ordered that, but basically a Max 140 Magic case, and I just made it a few inches taller, which they eventually began doing as well and just started calling it Plus, which was smart. I think this is pretty good. Can live with that, happy with that setup. So here, Cyborg Superman, this piece is epic. Let's start here, I guess. Batman, Joker, Dragon, Dio. Again, got this case custom for him. It's this 37 inch wide case. This piece is epic. It's epic. Display is sort of like, as I've had it a while, it's like, you know, it's not the best displaying piece. You got the Joker Dragon's head back there in the back. The Batman sort of profiled and looking down at him. So it all kind of sits back into the statue with the tail just all wrapping around into the front. But it's awesome. I love the piece still. Just amazing detail in the armor of this Batman. Just one of the best Prime 1 pieces that I've seen, certainly that I've owned. And as much as that piece is hyped and loved, the one next to him here, Cyborg Superman, Hank Henshaw, way underappreciated, way underrated. I see this piece like being sold all the time. That's a mistake. This is a massive piece. It's the deepest piece with that giant metal plate sticking out of the back. And this guy is just way, way deep. Big, bold. A lot of people that don't know, love, have any affinity or affection towards the characters and comics and stuff, a lot of them look to him, that statue, as their favorite statue. Just big, vibrant, shiny, beautiful. So because of my ceilings and the way I've had to restack some of these cases versus how they were intended, I've got that lip there. I've got a board coming from Magicase when I get these next 3 cases, and I'll be able to cover that up and put something like quarter scale Wolverine statue there. Little X-Wing desk toy, the Rodimus Prime here. A nice piece. I wish it didn't have the random gun sticking up, making him like 36 inches tall. Make things tough to display, especially the Galvatron. Doesn't have anything like that. He's sort of a normal 29-30 inch statue. So those side by side requires a lot of extra height. Some books down here I need to read. Pretty short list. I've tried to stop just buying everything and only buy stuff I'm really going to read. So with these 2 big cases over here, got my Hush Superman and the newer Hush Batman. Got rid of the original one. Got 2 extra cases that will go up top there. Like the 2 behind me were the ones that were supposed to go up there, but again the ceilings are too low, so I've got a new set of custom ones. Again, that'll be 37 inch wide, but a little bit shorter, and be able to tuck up there on top of these, or put them underneath, whatever I decide to do. So this Hush Superman here, I'd say with having the Fabak piece in hand now, I still do prefer this Hush Superman. I'll keep them both, but I thought the Fabak piece would be better. I don't think it is. I think this one is still better if you need to have like one Prime 1 Studios Batman, you know, of a huge ES. Those are kind of your 2 options. This one, probably the one I would recommend. Actually, I prefer the black version of this. I think is probably one of my favorite Batman statues that they've done. Just had the Bat computer on there for like the first time ever on display since I've reviewed the thing probably. The big Supes Hush. Everybody loves this piece. Beautiful, big, awesome piece. I've had it since day one. Never have let go of it. It's always been a centerpiece of the collection. Again, had this special massive case built wide enough so I could still kind of like center the guy in the middle of the case and still manage that big sweeping cape out to the side. Spotlights on him. That's one thing I'll say with the lighting is I'm going to go all spotlights. Some of the Magicase I showed you earlier with like the Soundwave in it had the light bar. It's too much light. I've had the spotlights in these cases, the cases I just showed you behind it, the cases around the entertainment area, all spotlights. And I'll be swapping out the bar lights that I do have for spotlights. So this rack here has definitely just been for like display space, like storage, literally. With the space I have there and width, I couldn't even fit like a Wayland rack, the other ones that you've seen. So this is kind of just your old school like muscle rack or garage rack sort of look. Got these 2 Transformer pieces here. PCS, just awesome pieces. But again, gonna slim down, I think, just stick with the XM pieces. As much as I love these, you know, I need to make space for some new stuff, so those will be going up on the Superhero Lounge. They both are the exclusive and both in excellent condition. So here's finally the brown suit Wolverine. I feel like I've mentioned it a half dozen times by now. You've probably been wondering if I'm full of crap. Do I really have it? Yes, here it is finally. I do love the piece. Again, I think it'll go behind me on the lip of those cases once I get the board. Dig this maquette, the Venom. I love the Venom sculpt and classic look of that Venom, but again, it's maquette 1/5-ish, and I've got nowhere handy to kind of put it, unfortunately, so that will have to go. And again, this just got this Vader in. I dig it, but it's going to go with nothing, so probably need to unload that as well. I do have the XM Luke Skywalker as well, like new open box, like unpacked it, reviewed it, repacked it, because I knew I wasn't going to keep it or display it anywhere. I've got that out on the site as well. Then here is this Joker, I believe it was One Bad Day, maybe, art print. It's pretty cool. There you have it, guys. There's sort of my collection room tour / collection plan update / superherolounge.com promotional video / sales notice. Check all the links down in the description below to the Superhero Lounge, my Instagram, Dan14Prime, the Superhero Lounge Instagram, which I'm just getting off the ground, as well as some affiliate links if you're interested in doing any shopping, collection shopping other than the Superhero Lounge. Any shopping, those links supports the channel, no cost to you. So thanks for that. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video. I'll see you next time.